Okay guys, we are down here with puppy Clay. This is our week 1 video recap for the Stay and Train program. Hi buddy, I think I just woke him up. Are you ready to work, little Clay? What do you think? Let's see if we can get him, where are you? Warmed up with some play. Real quick. Ooh, what is that? Oh yeah, he's like, okay, I'm awake now. That looks like fun. So in our recap videos, what we're going to do is just go over all the things that we've been working on with the puppies over this last week, so you can see the skills that we're teaching them and where they're at with everything and the progress that they're making as well as the weeks go by. Oh my goodness, good boy, Clay. So this is called a flirt pole. It's one of my favorite toys for puppies especially, because, you know, we can just kind of stand up here, flirt the toy around a little bit, and the puppy can chase, they can bite, they can tug, and it's a really nice way to play with them and teach them that they can do all those things to the toy and not to you, right? I almost wonder if he needs to do a potty before we get started. Oh, sorry, Clay, I didn't mean to smack you in the face. Puppies, no worse for wear. Do you have to go potty? You want to go potty on your pad before we get started? What do you think? In your initial confirmation email, you got a links to like a few different resources. One of them is the webpage for the Stay and Train program. There you can access the video library. And so I'm going to recommend that you definitely watch at least the week 1 videos, because that's what we're going to do with Clay right now, okay? Those videos go into a little bit more detail of how we train the behaviors and why. So it might make some of the things that I'm doing with Clay in this video make a little bit more sense, okay? So definitely watch those videos. Then when your puppy goes home, I would, if I were you, start with the week 1 behaviors and build up to the week 3 things, so that you can practice with your puppy, play, train, and bond with them too. They're going to have a really nice foundation when they go home, but you got to keep that going, right? So that's a nice way to do it, is just kind of go through the weeks like we do here. Also, another good time to train with your puppy is at mealtime, okay? So these puppies really haven't eaten breakfast yet. They're eating it, you know, with me right now. So when it's mealtime, breakfast or dinner, and or if you feed your puppy lunch, we are using the Vita Essentials freeze-dried. This is just the beef flavor. And so before you go to put down your puppy's pre-portioned whatever it is that you're feeding them, you can grab a handful of your training food and go through some of these behaviors. He knows there's food up here. Go through some of these behaviors. You don't have to do all of them like I'm doing in this video. Just pick 2 or 3 things, go through them 3 or 4 times, and then put down their pre-portioned food, okay? So, like, he knows that I got the food out. You look at this dog. He's ready to go. So one of the first things that we teach them is that the sound of the clicker means that they're going to get a cookie, okay? And just whatever I feed the dog, I refer to as a cookie. I realize this is just freeze-dried beef, but I'm just going to say the dog's getting a cookie. I'm going to click, and we're going to feed. So again, go to that resources page, watch the week 1 videos, because I talk about the clicker. There's a whole video on the clicker. But basically, I just want the dog to make the association that when they hear the click, they're going to get a piece of food. Good boy, Clay. What a good job. All right, once we've charged the clicker, I did that, I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5 reps. Once we charge the clicker a few times, then we're going to move into following a food lure. So we need to teach our puppies how to follow food in our hand. So you see I've got Clay attached to my hand, and I'm moving the food, and as he moves with me to follow it, I'm marking that and I'm feeding him. Okay? Wow, good job, buddy. Aren't you a smart boy? Very good. All right, so I'm holding the food under my thumb against a flat palm. There's a video, in your video library about how to hold the food lure and why, right? This dog is connected to me, this is Clay. Did I just call him Sunny? It's because Sunny was down here before. He's connected to my hand the whole time, but he's not biting my hand. He's licking it, and that's because of how I'm holding the food. All right, so now we're going to teach him his name. Clay. make sure I'm saying the right name. There's so many puppies. Clay. Good job, buddy. Clay. One more. Clay. Good job. Okay. And then I'm going to give him a couple of okay cookies by putting them on the ground. Okay. Those will make more sense in a second. Right, so we started by charging the clicker, following the food lure, and then pairing the food lure with his name to start to teach him what his name is. That was very good, buddy. And so because this is, breakfast time, Clay is very motivated to work and to train right now. And it's making it fun and not frustrating for either one of us, right? In between exercises, especially because I am going through everything with him right now, we're going to take little play breaks in between to also make sure that this stays fun. Just bring the flirt pole out. Okay, so the next training exercise I'm going to show you is going to look similar to following the food lure, but it's called a hand target. So instead of staying connected to the puppy the whole time, I'm going to disconnect from him, and when he reconnects with my hand, that's when I'm going to click and feed, okay? I feel like you might have to go potty, Clay. Do you want to try? You got that, Tuggy. I'm going to put him on the potty pad and see if he wants to think about going. Because I kind of woke him up to bring him down here. Come here. You gotta go? What do you think? No? You want more food? Go potty? Your brother went potty. What do you think? He's so funny. All right. Let me show you the hand target. Okay, so I'm going to start with the puppy connected, but then I'm going to disconnect from him. Clay, touch. Good boy. And when he reconnects, that's when I click and feed. Okay, we can do this with both hands. Clay, touch. Good job, buddy. Touch. And I'm calling this behavior touch. Touch. Wow, you're so smart. Okay. All right, so let me show you how we use these okay cookies. Yeah. So I like to use them for anything that might be a duration behavior, such as our positions. Okay, so the first position we introduced to the puppies this week is sit. Good boy. So I'm going to feed Clay for finding the sit. Then I'm going to say, chew it up. Okay. And okay is going to mean that you can stop sitting and you can get up now. Okay? Clay, sit. What a smart man. So I'm clicking. I'm actually feeding him 2 cookies in a row. Okay. And then I'm releasing him out of the sit with the okay. Wow, you're so smart. Sit. Okay. Ooh, get it, get it. All right, so you see how we use that release word? Whoops, sorry, buddy. My God, I just tripped him. You guys are too small. Now we're going to use our okay cookie for our mat behavior as well. So this is the next thing that we're going to work on. The mat will turn into a stay eventually. Right now, you'll see what I'm going to do. We're going to reward the puppy almost like every 1 or 2 seconds for staying. So I'm going to put our mat down on the ground. And I'm going to grab some food. These puppies already know that they're supposed to come over. They're doing really good with this. I'm going to show them that I have some food. And I'm going to click. And just like in the sit, I'm going to come in and feed him a couple of pieces, one after another, for sort of staying on the mat. He's crunching. Yeah, these are crunchy treats, huh? Okay. And then I'm going to release him off with that okay cookie. So I just fed him 2, 3, 4 cookies in a row for staying there. Let's do it again. Ready, buddy? Good job. You see how I'm just setting that cookie right on the mat? You got both of those at the same time. Good boy. Okay. Let's do that again. Whew. Okay, Clay, ready? So you can see each time I set the mat down, I'm kind of moving it into a different spot. That also just helps the dog realize that it's coming to the mat that is getting them the click and me starting to feed them the cookie. Wow, look at you, so smart. Good boy. And like all these puppies are doing so good with knowing that I want them to come to the mat. They kind of lay down. They're a little wiggly, but like I'm not worried about that. They're baby puppies, like they're gonna be wiggly, you know? Good job, buddy. Okay. Nice. Okay, we're gonna give that a break. He did really good with his mat. So each week you'll sort of see how we build criteria on that. And we get longer and longer duration of them being able to kind of hold that stay. And then if this is a behavior that's important to you, which I think that it should be, then, you know, you keep working on this at home with your puppies and you can get a nice solid stay on their mat, which you can apply to different things, like being on their mat when you're cooking in the kitchen, being on the mat when you're eating dinner so that they don't beg. There's a lot of applications for the mat. There's a little bed over here and you want to bite the bed. Yeah, you're silly. You're a silly guy. Okay, so we started by charging our clicker. Then we practiced following the food lure. We paired that with his name to teach him his name. We did some hand targets and we also worked on sits. And we started the first steps in our mat behavior. We're gonna finish it up now with some handling exercises. Do you love the flirt pole? Look at you, silly guy. And for our handling exercises, we're gonna start by getting him dressed in his harness. Puppies aren't born knowing what it means to wear stuff, even their flat collars, and these guys all have flat collars on right now. But once they get old enough to start to realize there's something on them, they have to get used to that. Like they kind of scratch at it and everything, and so it's not too dissimilar with the harness or whatever it is that you want to like dress your puppy with, right? Okay, so you dropped your food. You're silly. I've got Clay. We've got an extra small harness here for him, which I feel like is still going to be big. He'll grow into it. Don't worry, buddy. Pull his little feet through. Sometimes when they first wear the harness, they feel like they're wearing a straitjacket and they don't know how to move. So we're just going to get him dressed, set him down, and then just toss some cookies on the ground, right? Okay, just to kind of get him moving and grooving a little bit. Good boy. Good boy, Clay. Okay. You see him? He's got his arm. He's like, I don't know if I can move. Yeah, there you go, silly boy. Silly boy. So I try to get their harnesses, you know, if the harness is something you're going to use with your dog, I try to get the harness on them every day so that we can just practice, even if I'm not taking, you know, hooking them up to it or whatever, just so we can practice wearing it, practice getting it on and off, and that's not a scary or thing that causes conflict in your puppy. Good boy, Clay. And then you could do what I'm doing right now. You could just say, okay, and toss some cookies around. You could also pull out their favorite toys, see if they want to play. Ooh, right? Just because you're wearing your harness doesn't mean that you can't move. You can still do all your normal things, you know. You found a fuzzy. Yeah. Where's your toy? Where's your toy? Ooh, there we go. Good boy. Yeah. Very good boy. Let's get that fuzzy. It's from the mat. Wow. Where is it? You're silly. You're silly and cute. Okay, so now that he's been wearing this for a minute, we're going to work on some more direct handling. So I'm going to make sure I got some food on me. I got plenty. Some more up here too. And now I'm gonna, if it's comfortable for you to do so, I'm gonna get down to his level. Oh, are you going potty now? What do you think? You're just being silly because you have a harness on. Okay. If it's comfortable for you to get down on the floor with your puppy to do this, you can, or you can pick them up and put them up on like a table or something like that. And I'm just gonna practice doing some handling. Yes, I'm just gonna start by petting him to begin with, which most puppies should be okay with just some gentle petting from head to tail, hopefully. Then we're gonna take our hand, we're gonna bring it under his belly. Yes, and see how I'm just kind of stabilizing him like this? And for this exercise, I'm saying yes and feeding him the cookie. Okay, before releasing him with the okay cookie. Instead of using the clicker, just because I just don't have enough hands since I'm using both of them, we're gonna use a verbal marker. You can go in there if you got a potty. That's a fuzzy. Good boy. I'm gonna do the same exact thing, but just on the opposite side. So I'm just practicing some restraint. Yes, if I need to hold you still, it's okay. It's not scary. Yes. Okay. And then release him out of position with that okay cookie. All right, we're gonna get him hooked back on the food lure, and now I'm gonna handle specific body parts. So I'm gonna pick up an ear. Yes. I want to be able to look in my dog's ears. Yes. Every time I'm saying yes, I'm giving him one of the cookies that's in my hand. Okay. He laid down, not a big deal. That's fine. Oh, he's getting back up again. I want to be able to handle their tail. Yes. I'm not pulling on his tail. I'm just moving it up and down. Okay. That's a good boy. And feet. Yes. I just want to be able to pick up each foot and gently massage it. Right? This is like prepping them for things like nail trims. Yes. Those are big cookies for a tiny baby. You're doing great, Clay. Okay. I don't know if you can see him, but he's like crunching on him. I think he's like half the size of Ollie. Ollie can just swallow these treats whole. Ready? Right here. Okay. Yes. Are you getting full? I think you are. Yes. Last foot. Good boy. So I did his ears, I did his tail, I did his feet. We did a little bit of restraint under his belly. Okay. Are you full? Oh my goodness. Yeah, you're a tiny little guy. So, you know, make sure that you check out, again, the video library. It has all these things in there broken down by exercise. So watch those so you know what we're doing in these videos and what to do with your puppy when you go home. If you guys have any questions in the meantime, you can always shoot us an email, but we will see you next week for your next video recap.